Hello everyone, and I'm doing an impromptu live stream, and I'm on my fairly new account that I'm using to do my guide to the galaxy with all sections of, and I want to build the ultimate Phantom Explorer, and to do that I need to do some engineering, and so we're just going to look at unlocking one of our key engineers, Marco Qwent. Now he gives us access to another engineer that will help with my lightweight modifications as well, and get me on my next step to the next engineer that I require. But first of all, we'll start with Marco Qwent, and he's quite a tricky one, because Marco Qwent, let's just bring him up so you know who I'm talking about. I'll just check my stream's running okay as well. Seems to check my stream. We don't want that happening, do we? Bit of echo there. Right. Okay. So we're streaming live on Twitch and YouTube. So let's crack on anyway. So yeah, Marco Qwent then. So if we go and have a look at our engineers, as you can see, I'm quite a new commander. The Nutter is my junior Nutter, and you can see he's currently a ranger. I haven't really gone that far with this particular commander right now. As you can see, I've been doing little bits and bobs, nothing major. But what we're interested in at the moment is making our ship lightweight. And so the engineer that I'm after is Marco Qwent. And he's going to help me with my power plant and power distributors in the short term. But he also gains me access to another engineer. And that engineer that I require is a female engineer that is particularly good with lightweight life support. And so I just need to remember what her name is actually. Life support. Laurie Jameson. That's who I'm after. So in order to get to Laurie Jameson, I need to unlock Marco Qwent and get him up to at least 3 pips in terms of experience. At the moment, as you can see, I don't have even sight of Laurie Jameson right now. And so what I want to be doing is unlocking Marco Qwent, who will then give me access to her, and she will be able to give me the best modification for my life support. So in order to unlock Marco Qwent, let's crack on the task at hand. It says that we need to gain access by being invited by the Sirius Corporation. So the only way that's going to happen is by getting friendly with the Sirius Corporation, and then they will reveal Marco Qwent's location. Now, in order to get friendly with the Sirius Corporation, we will need to see or find out or discover whereabouts that they are a faction in a system, and then do some missions for them. Now I can tell you that probably the best system right now for the Sirius Corporation, for me, because I like to do 2 things at once, because I'm also trying to rank up with the Federation so that I can have access to more different ship types later on in the game. Lighton Star is a Federation system, so that means that I can not only pick up jobs for the Sirius Corporation but also do little bits and pieces for the Federation as well whilst I'm running those missions, and that will enable me to do 2 things at once: unlocking Marco Qwent and getting rank with the Federation. Okay, I've not actually done any Federation rank missions yet, but I will be saving up my points nonetheless to do that. So I think the first thing we'll do is we'll get over to our target system. Let's show that on the map. Okay, so let's see where we are. So at the moment we're at Karka. I've just parked up my second Sidewinder as I'm doing bits and bobs. You can also see I've got a ship over here. It's a Vulture, which I'm using for doing a little bit of pew pew now and again, and an ASP Explorer that I was working on. But currently I am in my Phantom that I've been working on. It's pretty standard. There's small amounts of engineering on my Phantom at the moment, and I'll just show you its statistics before we set off. So you can see at the moment my Phantom, it does have a SRV bay, and we have an SRV shield, all the basic stuff that you require, and I've already got a light range, max range of 70 and a half light years, which isn't too bad. And the crazy thing is that the ultimate Phantom Explorer that I'm working on probably won't do much more than about 72 and a half light years. So we're going to do all this work for 2 light years, which seems crazy, I know. I am a nutter, but also I do like my ships to be the best they can be in terms of jump range and usability, so that we can have all that interesting fun exploring the galaxy. Right, so without any further ado then, the system we want to head to is let's just go into my settings a moment, because I'm not interested in the Guardians right now. Okay, so yeah, the system we're going to is here. And hello, Pagitor. Pagitor. Yes, afraid you also need, or as far as I know, you need a permit for Laurie Jameson as well. This is it, but we can't even get to Laurie Jameson until we've unlocked Marco and ranked up with Marco. So that's the first thing we need to do. So the system we're going to is here. Now, as you can see, I've not even been there before, so we'll get there, find the most relevant station, and start doing a couple of bits and bobs for the Sirius Corporation. There are other systems as well, but right now this is the system I want to use because I want to do the Federation and Sirius Corp at the same time. So without any further ado, let's get going in the Phantom, shall we? So the Phantom has kind of superseded the ASP Explorer now, as in the probably best all-rounder explorer. What I am going to do is just adjust my headset volume, because it's a little bit loud for me. Let's do that now. Let me know if the audio is good for you as well, by the way. Let's just turn that down. There we go, we'll go with that. Okay, if you want the game audio louder or anything like that, just let me know, or if my audio's not good, let me know. Alright, there's none coming out of the ship, I don't think. Oh, get down a bit. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, at the moment I've got a 70 light year max range on this Phantom, which you think is quite impressive, but it's not really engineered that much. The only thing that's fully engineered is the frame shift drive, and I do have the Guardian frame shift booster as well. I'm not doing a video on that yet, but obviously I need to get ahead of the game in terms of being able to provide you with the most varied exploration content. And of course, while we're doing this, if you've got any questions about Elite Dangerous or anything like that, let me know. I'll be happy to answer those questions. I'll probably be doing a live stream tonight, but it'll be probably to do with Distant Worlds. We will see though. But I'll schedule it and let you know when that'll be. Probably around about 7 p.m. GMT, somewhere around about that. So if you are watching this and you do play Elite, I'd be interested to know whereabouts you are at the moment, what you're up to, and what your favourite play style is. My other commander, the Bloody Nutter, is way out with Distant Worlds 2 at the moment. Do we need to actually... Oh, there's a little tip for you. I was just about to go and try and boost my frameshift drive, but I don't actually need to do that because my next jump is 18 light years. As I'm in a 70 light year ship, I don't need to worry about that white dwarf. And as you probably know by now, white dwarfs are probably the most dangerous stars. Well, in my opinion, they are the most dangerous stars to scoop fuel from. More dangerous than a neutron. The reason being is that their jet cone's smaller and it can be quite easy to end up dropping out of supercruise, and then you kind of know what happens next unless you get really lucky, and that's that your ship explodes ultimately. So this stream will last about an hour and a half. So let's see if we can unlock Marco Qwent in an hour and a half. Right, we're at the intended system. Not really worried about fuel right now. Now then, let's see, we need to go into a station. Ashby City. I think that's probably the one that we want. So let's just check on the details. So controlling faction is the Red Squadron. We've also got the Sirius Corporation here as well. So at the moment it would seem the Red Squadron is the controlling faction, but we've got Sirius Corporation at that doesn't make sense. 54%, 59%. Alright, so this is the controlling faction at the moment, but I don't think they will be for much longer, judging by the Sirius Corporation there. So let's get over there and help them out anyway, and also get our access to Marco Qwent, of course. I don't really want to be doing shooting missions. I'll be quite happy just to pick up some courier jobs and stuff like that. I do have a Vulture, but I've parked it up out of the way for pew pew missions. And if required, I could ship my Vulture across to this station as well, so I can choose which missions I want to take. But hopefully we won't need to do too much. I mean, it is in a state of... I'm guessing it's in a state of war at the moment, but where are we? We'll get to the station first and see what's what. I'm thinking tonight I might go in a hunt of a ringed neutron star, maybe. I'm not sure yet. I'll have a think. So we're nearly at Ashby City. And this is where we should be able to become friendly with the Sirius Corp. Well, ultimately allied, I would guess. And then I should get access to Marco Qwent. Ultimately, he's an engineer that I wouldn't use, but at the moment, because I've started out new, there are a couple of bits of engineering he can perform. But the key point of unlocking Marco Qwent is to get access to... always forget her name. Laurie Jameson, that's it. to get the lightweight modifications for life support. I suppose I should safely disengage, really. Ashby City then. Quest looking. Let's go in and see what's what. Coming in a bit hot there. Right, landing pad 20. Landing pad 20, where's that? Oh, apparently it's right below me. Oh, there it is down there. Okay, let's get the gear down. Where is it? I need to back up a little bit, can't even see the number. Oh, there we are. Okay, let's get in and see what's what. Very nice. Right, anyway, so we want to see where we are in terms of let's see where we are in terms of friendliness. I think I've done some missions for the faction already. So serious. Reputation unfriendly, so that's a good start. And they're happy. Conflict status. Total defeat. Sound good. Anyway, it won't stop us getting friendly or more friendly with them, so we need to go to the mission board and see what missions we've got. Ooh. Permit acquisition opportunity. I wonder what that's. Is that for serious? Do I want to do that right now? I will need to get there anyway. I'm not sure. I don't think that's locked. I don't think I can take it right now. Yeah. Anyway, so data transfer. There we go. That's what we want in it. So let's get those. Oh, modular terminals. Now I actually need those to fully unlock the command, unlock Marco Qwent, which will be the next stage. So that's the trouble is when you're flying. Oh, I don't mind. Let's fly around with modular terminals. It'll be a right pain because people will keep trying to interdict me every 5 seconds. But what the hey? It'll save us time later. Accept that. We won't be doing any massacres and missions because we don't have any weapons. Delivery, no, not really. Assault, surface recovery. Oh, there we go. There's a few missions just to start the ball rolling. Okay, so we've accepted those. Let's go to the system map. I'll tell you what, let's do the one that gives us modular terminals last. Because we don't want to be carting those around everywhere with us, do we? So let's have a look. Water purifiers, well I won't be wanting those. Military grade fabrics, won't be wanting those. Modular terminals, I will be wanting those. So let's go in order then, I guess. Straightforward mission to start with then. Please don't be a long super cruise distance. Let's go there. Right. Let's crack on with our missions. So we've got Federation stuff there as well. Now, just before I do that, I did want to rank up with Federation as well. Are any of them going to that system, which is Ross 104? Can we see Ross 104? No, they all seem to be in. That's Wolf. Ross 104. Now we'll leave that for the moment. Let's concentrate on Marco Qwent, shall we? All right, let's go. 3 missions to start with. One giving me 8 modular terminals. And I can't remember how many you need for Marco Qwent. I think something like 25, which is the second stage. We're on the first stage, which is just getting access to him. Oh. Been flying a Sidewinder for a little bit of practice. Okay. Whoa. Which way are you going? Blue passenger ships. Right, let's get going. Seven bodies. That's quite close, isn't it? China port. Don't want to get stuck in the gravity well, do we? Okay, hopefully this doesn't take too long. Sorry, it's a bit of Super Cruise boredom for you, but of course, if you want to talk about Elite Dangerous and ask me any questions, what I'm up to, why am I doing stuff, do let me know. Why am I only doing all this work to shave 2 light years off of my, or increase my ship range by 2 light years? Ask me that question, because I don't know. Well, I do, it's just so I can get to those special places. Look, pad number 5. Spin it round. Yeah, all that effort for 2 light years, it really doesn't seem worth it, does it? But I know I'll be happy, because there's nothing more frustrating than going for a particular system that you want to land at or visit, and you're half a light year short. I can't begin to tell you how frustrating that is. So at least for me, I get peace of mind. If I go for a system and I can't reach it, I know that my ship just can't go any further. So that's kind of fair enough, I guess. So what do we want? We want maximum reputation and influence. Not so worried about money, so that's what we'll go for. Okay. Right, that's the first mission. Um, Transactions, next mission. Yep, let's go there. Into the system map. "1,000 light seconds, not too bad." It's the other advantage of using a Phantom to do this work with, and not an extra large ship, because you can land on these smaller stations. Right, did we plot that route then? Yes, we did. Okay, let's go. Hopefully all my audio levels and everything else is working for you. I have made the chat window more transparent so it doesn't block the gameplay too much. Hopefully that's working for you. I noticed on my last live stream as well that my mic seemed a bit over the top, so I've made some changes and hopefully it don't sound so over the top and echoey. Conflict zone 342,000 light seconds away. Can't be kidding. I'll be desperate to go there, surely. And what's my mission critical message? Probably something like deliver it soon. I'm gonna go time bonus. Carlson Gateway. 39 minutes. If it takes me more than about 3 minutes to land, I'll be surprised. So 39 minutes. Hilarious. So ultimately, I think with this account, I will end up with a Anaconda for my extreme range. But I have to say, I do like the Phantom. Can be a bit deceiving though. The Phantom's still quite a heavy ship, so it does tend to drift when you're travelling at its speed that you've got to be mindful of. But obviously the fact that it's much more manoeuvrable in Super Cruise makes it quite an attractive all-rounder in terms of exploration and the slots. And I'm doing a loop of shame because I'm not concentrating. Right, it's going to get more interesting once I do my last mission and I pick up a load of modular terminals. There'll be interdictions all over the place. After my tasty cargo, no doubt. But it's fairly straightforward to avoid interdiction against NPCs. Secret is just keeping your throttle in the blue zone. It's just frustrating, it just slows you down when you're trying to do something like this. Oh, that's a rocky moon, isn't it? Let's go potato. Right, let's get on with it. Useless information. You can request landing when you are 7.5 light seconds away from most objects. I always leave it till about 7 just to be sure. Landing pad 3, gone right past it. Right, let's complete this mission. Like a boss. Right, let's hand in this mission. I'll complete that. Right, now what do I want here? Extra reputation. Thank you very much. Out of there. Right, on to our last mission then, which will be I am going to take the modular terminals for that, and then run the risk of being interdict multiple times. Oh. Didn't want that. Right, go there. Okay. Off we go. Yes, I do rather like the Great Phantom. And if it had a similar jump range to the Anaconda, I'd probably use it all the time. It's just it's not got quite as many slots, and I do like to have the flexibility of having things like repair limpets and mining equipment sometimes, and I can carry all that and still get a good 78 light years in a fully loaded Anaconda. Whereas the Great Phantom that I'm working on, I don't expect it to be doing much more than 72, just over 72 light years, which is pretty good still, isn't it, for a Great Phantom? And that's with SRV and all that good stuff. So as I say, this Great Phantom's currently got a fully engineered frameshift drive. So that piece of engineering is complete, which gives me a 70.53 light year max jump at the moment. And I do have an SRV bay, as you can see. And you see overshoots looking at the SRV bay. Got a small shield installed as well, just to deal with things like bumpy landings and that sort of thing once you get out in the black. And also, as I'm doing these little missions at the moment, no doubt I will get interdicted from time to time. I will fight them though, which might not always be a good idea if I want to run off. It's got a fairly decent boost speed, but nowhere near super fast. I suppose it could be argued that I could put a A-rated drive to get maximum speed whilst doing mission runnings. and then fit the lightweight stuff when I'm ready to go. But whenever you do that, you find yourself in a position where you want to do a bit of engineering, and then you haven't got the appropriate module installed, which can be awkward. Right, this is where it gets interesting, because once I take these modular terminals on board, I will be harassed. Landing pad 38. 3 and 8. He's going to overshoot marginally. There we go, let's go with that. Actually, I think I was probably spot on. There we go. Landing complete, ship secured. Alright, complete mission, and we'll take the modular terminals. Thank you very much. Okay. So we need to get allied with the Sirius Corporation, no doubt, to... is there anything going back to Lucian? No. We don't want the extra hassle of taking any Federation jobs. But there's nothing going to where I want to go right now anyway. Because we will be going back to Lucian. I really should have bookmarked it, shouldn't I? That one there. Come here. Right, let's just bookmark it so I don't. Because it keeps wanting to jump to that other system. Right, let's get there. Let's leave this place. So yeah, we're doing Marco Qwent, who does have a few things that are of interest, but the main thing is that we get access to Laurie Jameson. Okay. Off to our next adventure.
Frameshift drive charging.
So long. Don't mass lock me. Thought it might mass lock me there before I jumped.
Fuel scooping complete.
And back to Ashby City to pick up some more missions. And this is known in Elite Dangerous as the grind. Yeah, I don't know what to do for a live stream tonight. Could do exploration. I was also thinking about going to collect some more Guardian parts. I was also thinking about going to visit some Thargoid bases. So, a number of choices really. Or I could do some more guides on exploration. We've not made my mind up yet. The day is young. But I'll probably live stream around about 7 PM tonight, GMT. And it will have a theme. And it won't be unlocking Marco Qwent, hopefully. There are lots of topics that I want to do for exploring for my exploration guide. I recently did a live stream of the scanning and mapping, top tips for that. Went quite well considering, and hopefully I managed to get across in quite good detail how to best use your scanner and how best to map planets, especially those tricky gas giants with rings. So all the top tips are on that video, available on YouTube if you want to go and check it out. Or if you just want to see some crazy stuff, then there is the video of the Death Planet montage. It's only about 4 minutes long, and it just lets you watch a planet whilst you're sat on it go into the exclusion zone of a white dwarf. And it's the closest you'll ever get to a white dwarf. It's absolutely crazy. Really nice. Landing pad 45. I always forget how much this drifts. I'm starting to get the hang of it now, but it certainly drifts a lot more than a sidewinder. Oh, we've got where's my landing pad? According to that. Oh, it's right in front of me. I was looking at the compass there where the little white dot is, and it looked like it was behind me for a second. There we go. If you didn't know, once you come into a space station, the compass white dot indicates your landing pad location. Oh, slow down there. Oh, is it not? Yes, it is. Don't say that. What's going on? Am I landing? Oh, I've hit the cargo scoop. Oh, that's funny. Trying to land with the cargo scoop. I don't know how I managed that. Funny. Alright. If there's anyone that got that low to the landing pad, I thought, hang on a minute, my ship should have touched down by now. Of course, if you land the gears up, then that would explain that, wouldn't it? Let's go to the mission board and see where we're at. Permit acquisition still locked at the moment. Now that'd be nice because that will get me access to Sirius, which is where the Marco Qwent resides. In the meantime, though, I'm still having to run these missions, so we'll accept that. I'm just doing data transfer ones. Boom time delivery, data transfer. I'll do what? 500,000 just for a data transfer mission? Really? I'll tell you what, I don't know about you, but I think the way to earn money in Elite Dangerous now is so easy, it's ridiculous. It really is. Landing on a planet. It all counts, doesn't it, I guess, to my reputation. Right. Not met. Why is that? Because I'm not allied. Okay. Right. Let's see where we're off this time. Right, none of those have modular terminals, did they? So it doesn't really matter which order we do it in. Actually, let's use the galaxy map to plot the best route. So we must have 2 missions in the same place. I've not got access to the galaxy map, so we'll go there first. Well, the system map, should I say. Alright, thanks for the missions, let's go. And if you're watching this and there's something you would like the theme to be on the live stream that I do tonight, do let me know. Why does it do that sometimes? Everyone wants to leave at the same time. Oh, I'm not waiting for all this lot. Let's just barge past all the belugas. There we go. A little bit of overtaking there. Sneaky, eh?
Flight assist off. Frameshift drive charging.
You are clear to resume O navigation. Stay safe, Commander.
Ready to engage.
And off we go. I've not been to this system before, so we just need to do a little scan and see what's what.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
All bodies. Oh my word. Sorry about that. Oh wow, what should we talk about? Okay. So I suppose we could look at what materials we'll be needing for this lightweight life support, which is what I'm doing all this for, and that's all just to get access to Laurie Jameson. So let's see what resources we've got while we've got this ridiculously long trip. Should have checked that before we set off, but never mind. So lightweight life support. So we need conductive components. Let's see what we've got in our inventory. There's my the starting of my collection from my modular terminals for Marco Qwent. So we need what was it we wanted for level 4 conductive components. We have conductive components. That's a good start. We also want phase alloys and proto-light. We have phase alloys and proto-light. Only 2 of those. We'll have to work on getting some more of those. But I believe they are on the same chain as proto heat radiators, so I should be able to exchange some of those 15 to get my proto light ones. That's the advantage of getting the high grade materials, because you can always trade them down to ones that you need rather than going hunting for each individual component. So always go for high grade whenever you decide to do your materials farming. Just go for the high grade stuff, and then you can exchange it down to the levels that you want. And that's the way I roll anyway. Notice as well that that one's got a flag on it. That's because I've got a pinned blueprint, and that just indicates to me that that's one of the materials required for one of my pinned blueprints. It helps as a good reminder to let you know what you should be collecting when you're out in the black. Okay, and data mined wake exceptions. If you're an explorer, you'll be familiar with those. Get those from scanning wakes or again trading. Jameson's crash ship is a good place to get high grade data, and then you can trade it for your data mined if you so wish. I used to go to famine systems and farm the distribution points, but now it's extremely difficult to find any system in the state of famine, so therefore you can't go and farm those anymore, due to the unique way that Elite Dangerous gets updated from time to time. Kelly Dock, 8 minutes really. Hopefully that doesn't take quite as long as that. Why would you build a station all the way out there anyway? Makes no sense to me. Unless it was a military base or something. But I don't see anything indicating any reason why she's to hide a station that far away. It makes no sense. Crazy. I don't know if the orbits ever get closer, whereby it wouldn't be so far to travel. Obviously, if this was, if we get over the top, these orbits, the way they are, I mean, they couldn't be any further apart really at the moment. But of course, there will be times when they might be a bit closer. It's one thing I like about Elite is the Ori map, and it's all real time in terms of distances and so on. Yes, the most uninteresting trip to Cayley Dock. Suppose we could have a look at the Phantom, shall we, from the outside? Of course, it's really dark, so I'm going to see a lot. They do put a lot of detail into these, though. That's what I do like. That's Commander Nutter, or the Nutter. No co-pilot. I've never done multi-crew yet. Doesn't really appeal to me. I'm sure there might be a circumstance one day when I might want to do it, but not at the moment. Interesting door. Do you know what I've noticed a lot? You notice how this has got a barrier on the rear doors? Yeah. They didn't always used to have these barriers. And it does make you think, are they going to do space legs, really? I mean, space legs would be nice, but only just because I'd like to walk around the ship and see what it looks like on the inside. I don't know if I could deal with all the walking around, you know, like to get a station mission, for example. Because then I just start to envisage all of these emoji dance moves and all that stuff that it's so common in a lot of games. And it's just not, that's not Elite, is it? You know, go to the shop and buy Commander breakdance moves and clap hands and curtsy. Oh god, the whole thought just makes me feel sick. So hopefully they don't go in that direction. That would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah, going into a bar for some cutscenes, you know, order a drink, get a mission. Yeah, I can see the appeal. I just don't know how much it would actually get used, unless of course they forced you to do that. But you've seen the size of some of these stations. Imagine walking half a mile to a bar to go and talk to an NPC to get a mission, and then walk half a mile back to your ship. I think, you know, Super Cruise, for example, that we're doing now, is such a time sink. Unnecessary. I think it really should ramp up speed a little bit on these longer journeys, because there's not a lot you can do. I mean, yes, you could go and make a cup of coffee from the galley, I guess, and then a sandwich, cook a meal, and then finally come back and you're at your destination. But I don't know, I think they should really speed up longer distances, you know, allowing Super Cruise to go faster. I'm not a big fan of autopilot though, so I just think they should make Super Cruise faster. If it's a long distance, it should accelerate quicker. But that's just my opinion, especially if you're live streaming and you're trying to finish a mission and you've just got to sit here as you slowly approach Cayley Dock. And the thing is, you can't even like scan the system because you have to throttle down to scan the system. It's all a massive heat sink. Heat sink? Time sink. Oh dear, oh dear. I've got time to have a jelly bean. Always stock jelly beans on your ship. Got enough jelly beans to last me a couple of centuries. Excuse the noise. Dum-de-dum. Well, it says a minute to go, but it's going to be about 2 minutes before we land. Nearly there. Let's have a look at some of my exploration topics that I wanted to do. I could talk about the codex, upgrading the ship, star classes. That will have to be a recorded one because you can just waffle on that. It needs to be structured. Unlocking your first engineer. Oh, that's something that could be a video. I wonder. Oh, I suppose I could do resource gathering or something on a live stream with an SRV. That's a good idea. Resource gathering. Best way to do it. Best things to go for. Now that we've got points of interest on planet surfaces, it helps us get the higher grade resources. Before that, you just had to go and find metallic meteorites and they weren't common. But now you can guarantee rare resources if you find a planet with points of interest on. So and that's geological or biological. So I think maybe we'll do that tonight. Would be interesting. Cayley Dock. All that way. I hope they appreciate it. Maybe this is the one that pays all that money. I bet it is actually. Wasn't it something like nearly $500,000 or something? Because your pay does go up the further away you have to fly. I should have spotted that really. It's a long time since I've ran missions though. If it's paying well, there's a reason. You have to super cruise forever. 45. Now, if I remember rightly, that was towards the back of the station, wasn't it? Okay. just to stop the slide. Where is it? There it is. I thought it'd be at the back. They're always in the same place on these stations, if you wondered how I knew that. Oh, bit of a shot. Getting carried away. Still quite nimble these, especially for accelerating going forwards. Right.
Landing successful. Systems offline.
I bet it's the one with a lot of credits. Yeah, 500,000. But I'll take the reputation over that. Thank you very much. We're getting there with the Sirius Corporation, aren't we? Okay, next. There we go. 2 missions here. Let's go to that view. Let's start with that one. Yes. Now, the reason why I'll talk you through how my brain works. If I go to the one that is on the planet's surface first, I'm going to have to mess about, super cruise into the station, which will be a pain because I'll be caught in the gravity well, blah 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 blah. However, if I go to this station first and then onto the planet, when I leave this planet I can just jump to the next system rather than having to super cruise slowly. So we'll go there first. Okay, it's out of here. Set. Now I don't think I've gone far enough to sell my exploration data to the Sirius Corp, but of course that also, if it's the controlling faction, helps
Ship released. Access corridor is clear.
with getting your reputation going. Now should we just barge past these people waiting to leave? Yeah. Carefully does it though. Transporter.
Frameshift drive charging.
I hope everyone's having a lovely day today. So yeah, I think tonight I will do
Incoming mission
a
critical.
live stream. I thought I selected the station.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, I'll do a live stream on collecting resources, and that's high grade ones using points of interest, because it's the easiest way to get high grade materials, natural resources. We'll cover off that, and it'll be nice as it'll be pretty, won't it? Because we'll find things like biological and geographical points of interest that we can play with at the same time, and no doubt the odd black hole. I'll use my main commander, Bloody Nutter, who is in the Distant Worlds 2 fleet, doing his own thing at the moment. I think he's sat in the very bottom of the galaxy, relative, that is, galactic plane. No, I thought I was there for a minute. Oh, it's telling me to slow down. Yeah, I'm waffling away. So yeah, that's what I shall do. Should make for interesting viewing because there'll be the points of interest to look at as well. Might find some nice stuff. See, as a ranger still in this new, relative new account, I suppose I should really be mapping these planets and so on, but we'll save that for my first proper exploration trip.
DeLacy, Tango, Hotel, Echo. It's a pleasure to have you at this federal station, Commander.
Pleasure to be here.
Approved. Proceed to landing pad 07.
07.
Scan detected.
07. There it is, down there. That's what I'm putting the lights on for.
Landing gear deployed.
Oops. I've had better landings.
Landing sequence completed. Ground crew have been dispatched.
Okay. So we want maximum reputation. We'll take that one. Okay. Next mission is on the planet's surface, isn't it? There we go. I'll go there, thank you very much. And launch. I didn't actually, I'll wait till we get outside the station and I'll see what the gravity is like on the planet. Always be aware of the gravity,
Ship release. Depart when ready, Commander.
unless you enjoy hitting the surface like a pancake. I'm still overcooking the thrusters on this. How far away is that?
Frameshift drive charging.
Doesn't really matter which way I'm pointing, really, does it? I'm not jumping anywhere. But we don't want to get close to that gas giant. It'll only slow us down. Oh, there we go. Right, let's see what the gravity is on this planet. Excuse me. Looks like a small moon, doesn't it? 0.36. Nothing too much to worry about. shooting again. Dear oh dear. I might have just managed to duck out of the loop of shame there. I suppose I could map this planet, seeing as I'm here, just for a few extra credits. In fact, I could probably map both of them. Let's do that, shall we? Just while we're here. 6 probes. Mickey Mouse scan. And that one as well is 7. One more man at the back. I think that'll do it. Let's see how we do. Yeah, that's that one done. And that one.
System scan complete.
System scan. I didn't do a system scan. Whoa, look at that. 3%. Right. What's the back look like? It's not the most efficient of mapping anyway, was it? Right, that should be that done. Let's carry on landing on the planet. That's where I want, isn't it?
Surface scan complete.
I wish it wouldn't stay in that view.
Complete.
Right. Well, it's going to be nice and bright where we're landing anyway, isn't it? I'd be interested to see what mapping those 2 planets got me, actually. Because, like I say, I'm not an elite explorer on this account. I'm, what am I? A ranger.
Orbital flight engaged.
And it'll be nice to get it to elite, because then I can go to the Pilot Federation system, where you get discount on all your ships and access to all modules without having to hunt around for them. And pad 6.
Delay C, Tango, Hotel
Looks like it
Tango.
over there.
It's good to see you, Commander. Please submit a docking request before landing. Access granted. You are go for approach to pad 06.
Is that 6? Yep. Let's get the gear down then.
Landing gear deployed.
Watch the old light tower. There we go. Alrighty. Let's hand in the mission.
Completed. Deploying ground crew.
Eventually. Max reputation is what I want. So that's reputation 1 plus. We want reputation 2 plus. Lovely. Where are we now? We're halfway through friendly with Sirius. Oh wow. Bit of a grind, isn't it? Okay. That's why they call it the grind. Let's go back to our transactions. Up with the galaxy map, we want to go there. So probably be worth mapping that as well if I want to get my well, that's what I was going to check to see what I got just for mapping that planet on cartographics. Let's see. I want starport services down there. See if it's worth scanning these planets as you're landing on them when you're doing missions. It all adds up, I guess. So the system I'm in is this one. So that paid me 162,000, and that one paid me 4,000, which was a moon, and that was a planet. And 162,000 is not a small amount. I mean, that's probably more than a lot of missions are paying. I just wonder what sort of planet that was. Let's have a look. Not by that. What did I just map? I mapped high metal. So metal rich would have been more, but that's not metal rich either. Anyway, high metal and rocky body. There you go, rocky bodies. What's the point? However, high metal, it's not too shabby, I guess. Although that's nothing compared to what you get for a water world, of course, and a terraformable one. Certainly north of 3 million just for one planet. It's definitely worth a scan in a map, isn't it? Typical. The next system I want is, where is it? There. Then I'm gonna have to go super cruise just to hurry up and get it into view. Let's do that.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Away we go. Why has it disappeared off my compass? Thought I just plotted my route there. That's annoying. There. That's because I selected it instead of mapping a route. There we go. Not that I need to, because is it still? Nearly. Wait for it to become a solid line. Like that.
Frameshift drive charging.
That'll do me. Outbreak. So long, moon. Could do with a few more juicy emissions, really, didn't we? That was a big pause. That actually happened my end, not on the stream. Well, you would have seen it as well. It still gets a bit buggy sometimes, this, doesn't it?
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
But at least this station's not too far away. And I learnt a valuable lesson as well, because I've not done missions for ages now. But, look out for high value ones, because it probably means a long journey time in Super Cruise, which I'm not interested in. I'm also not interested in the credits that you get. All I'm interested in at the moment is getting my engineers up to scratch, so I can build my ultimate Phantom Explorer. This is orbiting quite far away from the planet, isn't it? No, it's not. That's shifting, that is. And to chase it, you see, and then it locks in. Just like it would do if it was a planet. A fast moving planet. In a fast orbit.
Delancey, Tango, Hotel, Echo. We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal. Request approved. Proceed to Bay 26.
2-6 it is. There's the thing, just as I come sweeping into the station, I just had a thought. Docking computers. Oh, that's 26 there, isn't it? I've just gone overshot it. Docking computers, who uses those? And why? I wouldn't trust all my exploration data and all that on a computer. Where are we? A bit further back. There we go. That's quite a nice looking station, isn't it? Oh, he says about docking computers and then bangs his
Attention, no visual on landing gear.
that's coming. It's a pretty station, isn't it? Excuse me, palm trees. Anyway, let's put her down.
Docking successful. Engaging docking strings. Greetings,
Greetings.
Commander.
Right, maximum reputation, please. Permit acquisition. Is that serious? I'll look at that in a sec. Max reputation, that's the one we want. Permit acquisition. Why would I want to go there? Don't want to go there in a moment. Right. Okay. So we want to go back to our Sirius Corporation system. Shall I map that planet? See how much I get for it. Yeah, I'll be interested actually. If I... Oh no, I'm going to sell my cartographic data at... Sirius Corp just to add towards my... But I'm just going to map that planet and see if it's worth it. I think it's an Earthlight. I didn't actually have a proper look, but... Let's launch. Jules, hi! How you doing? You have a question? Excellent, I love questions. Her big AEBE stars have a number after them.
Departure.
What does it mean? Okay, so that refers to, much like other stars, but these numbers refer to the brightness. I'm not massively clued up on them. Oh, I'm going out at the same time as someone else here. Who's that? Who says you can't use the port at the same time? Anyway, yeah, brightness and sometimes spectral level, that sort of stuff, is what the numbers refer to. And quite often the material that they're made of, deep in the core, I couldn't tell what they are off the top of my head, but yeah, that's what it normally refers to. Oh, it is an Earth-like world that we're heading towards. Right, let's go and do that. Just as a matter of interest, what have I got down here? Landing gear. Just as a matter of interest, because I want to see if it's worth mapping these whilst you're in system, see if it helps, because like I say, my rank on this commander is only Ranger at the moment for exploration. Oh, is it really? Hang on a minute. Oh no, I'm jumping, aren't I? Am I? I think I am. No, I'm not. I was jumping out of system there for a second. I'll tell you something else though, Jules. What you'll also find quite often with those particular types of stars is that quite often, well, I say quite often, there is a much higher chance of finding a planetary nebula around them, and you can get some quite nice ones as well. So not only are they interested in terms of star class, but you can get planetary nebula around them, which is really nice, viewed both inside and just from outside in a neighbouring system. Look great. I did a live stream on not recently. Well, yeah, it wasn't that long ago. And yeah, those however you pronounce it, Herbig, do tend to have planetary nebulas around them. So we're off to the Taylor colony. just to map it though, and I just want to see what I get for it. I just want to see if it's worth mapping an Earth-like in a system that's already known. See what it pays out. Because if it adds a significant amount to my exploration rank, then why not? That's what I say. I can also show you it. I will show you an e-trick as well. A lot of people, when they go to map planets, they end up staring at them like this, and then you get stuck in the gravity well. What you can actually do, if you don't want to do that, is just point away from the planet and then map it. You don't have to point at the planet to do this. Right, okay, 6 probes, so it's a Mickey Mouse probe. So 1 ear, 2 ears, and in the chin. Let's see if that maps it all. I don't normally hang around, but I'm just showing how efficient you can be if you do a particular pattern on particular sized bodies. I'm on the back view here, let's look at the front view. Well, I think I'm going to need another probe to finish that one. Yeah. Let's do it around the back. Let's. I reckon that will be about the centre. Little challenge game, so that's going right around the planet, and hopefully where that white dot is where my map will start, or my mapping will start. Yeah, Jules, in terms of oh, that's not bad-ish. Okay, it's a little bit off.
Scan complete.
But yeah, in terms of star class,
System scan.
they don't really refer to size, as in circumference of a star. All the star classes refer to the mass of the star. So it may be that you might find a star that's got quite a low mass but a big solar radius. But obviously quite often the big huge stars like the O-type stars, they are the most biggest. I did on a live stream the other day one that was over 700 light seconds, and I was sat right outside of it, and that gives you an idea of just how big they are. Right, okay. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're going back to what I was doing for a minute. Mapping the planet. Right, let's go and find out how much that earned us by going back to our system where we're doing our missions to unlock Marco Qwent.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, remind me to check to see how much that's going to net us. I think I'm still flying around with modular terminals. Yeah. And I've not been interdicted yet. No one's seen my juicy cargo. So yeah, I will I'll double check that information though on the star class, because I am interested in them. It's just that I've been a bit busy with other things, but normally it's to do with mass and material and brightness. Right, we want a station to go to, don't we? But when I do, I will do a star class video, and I will actually get some facts in place to make sure I'm not giving out misinformation. Also, of course, with those Herbig stars, or Herbig, you can't scoop fuel from them, so don't try. And they do tend to be very hot. And thank you for your questions as well, Jules. It's always like to have communication. Especially when doing something like grinding for an engineer, because let's face it, there's a reason why it's called a grind, right? So it's an absolute pleasure to have people along that ask questions, take my mind off the boredom and keep it interesting. And I have decided tonight that I will do a live stream around about 7 PM, but it'll have a particular theme and it'll fit in nicely with my guide to the galaxy. And it will be how to gather natural material in the most effective way, getting all that high grade stuff, which is only possible since we had points of interests on planets. Got about another 20 minutes of the stream. Pad 35. 35, there it is. That's what happens when you come in too quick and the pad's right in front of you.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, I mean there is an interesting tip I can give you as well, Jules. I don't know if you know, and anyone else watching, of course, is that if you want to find interesting systems, I'll show you now actually when I land. Just get in the hangar a minute and just check that data, and then I'll show you a neat trick for finding interesting systems. Right, so first thing I wanted to know is see how much I've got for mapping that Earth like. $500,000 nearly. Well, that's worth it, isn't it? $500,000 just for mapping. Okay. In fact, that's the most. Let's sell the rest of that rubbish anyway. It's the most valuable system and only maps one planet. It was an Earth-like. Yes, Jules. Sorry, you recently joined. Yes, this is my second account. This isn't Bloody Nutter. This is the Nutter. As you can see, he's a newbie. He's only a ranger. He's only got 25 million. Although I've got quite a few ships, but I haven't got an Anaconda at the moment. I'm working on my Phantom at the moment. Yes, no, I haven't changed. I haven't travelled back from waypoint 6. No, although it wouldn't take me that long, to be honest. I can do in the Anaconda. I can do what? I think I can do 10,000 light years, or 5,000 light years an hour. I think it is, or it might be more than that. It's hard to remember now. I haven't got my thinking cap on in terms of how long it takes me to get somewhere. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's about 5,000 light years an hour. Maybe more than that. I really need to think about that. Anyway, I digress. Yes, I know this is the newbie account, and my other commander is still out in the black at the bottom of the galactic plane at the moment, and that's what I'll be using tonight for my live stream on gathering resources out in the black. So yeah, oh yeah, the tip. I was going to give you a tip, wasn't I? How to find interesting systems. Okay, and I'll give you one example. So basically, when you go into your galaxy map, you'll notice, now I'm in the bubble at the moment, so you get lots of named, manually named systems, so it's not a great example. What we're looking for, you find a system name that's got its default name. So let's see what we've got here. Right, so we've got PLA. Yeah, so what I would need to do is to make a note of that. Let's choose one. Oh, let's go for Coal Sector actually, because let's choose that one. Right, now I'm not saying that's going to be an interesting system, but I'm going to show you a neat trick on how to find good systems. Now, you know, you can look using your eyes and look for things like bright stars or supergiants that, you know, as you're scrolling around, you'll spot them. There we go, look, there's two. Yeah, see that one there? Which isn't going to highlight it at the moment, and also this one here. Why aren't they highlighting? So yeah, the reason why that one looks big is because it's a G-type star and it's a size 3. I like to use that as how I roll. It's a Roman numeral, that number there. 3 is pretty big. 2 is really big, and 1 is supergiant, and this one beta. I'm not selecting real well today. That's also a size 3. Both of the same star type and class. So they're big stars, they look interesting, but what I'm going to show you now is something even more special, and that is to find these really interesting crazy systems. And it's not by eyeballing, although you can find them like that. You can find, you know, like there's one there, look, just by eyeballing. What's that one? Let's have a closer look. I can spend hours in the galaxy map eyeballing as well. Because I do like to find the big stars, and hopefully a close orbiting moon or something as well, or planet that you can land on. Always look great. That's a K-class size 3 as well, so that's another big star. Not the biggest, but you know, big. Anyway, on with my tips. So just go to a standard sector name, okay, and then what I do is I'm just gonna, on my notepad over here, electronic notepad that is, I'm gonna just type the sector name. So it's COL space 285 sector, and then IN hyphen F, and then B13, so on and so on. So I'm just going to type it all the way out in my notepad to start with, and then what we do is we play with it, and you'll see what I mean very shortly. So I've typed out that sector name now, and I'm going to confirm it works first before I do anything else. So I'm going to go in here now. I've just copied it from my notepad, and I'm going to paste it in here. Okay, now hopefully that will work if I go to a different system and then click on that button there, and it will go back to it. So yes, I've typed it out right. In other words, I haven't got confused with an I with a 1 or anything like that, or a 0 with a O, for example. So I've got the right sector name, and then what we do is you can look for crazy systems. Now crazy systems, the code after the sector name, okay, so you've got your sort of first initial sector details, and then there's a code that comes after that and it refers to the mass of the system, how much stuff is in it basically, and the highest or the biggest systems with the most mass in it, which would either be quite possibly black holes, neutron stars, or a system with a hell of a lot of bodies in it, is the code for that one is, I think it's AA-A. So if I go AA-A, it may be A-AA. We'll soon find out. No, it's AA-A. So this should take me to an interesting system. Where has it took me? It took me here. Interesting. Now it may be. It may not be that actually. I'm just trying to recall now. Let me just try something else. It may be on this. Oops. This is why we copy and paste. It may be not quite that right, because I was expecting a different system to that. AA-A. No. So what's interesting about this system then? That's strange. I was expecting it to have a lot more going on there than just that. Go back to the system name. Always helps to be prepared for this thing. I was only messing about doing this last night, and okay, I know what I should do. AA hyphen A and then a H. Wow, where's this going? There you go. So that's a biggie. Let's go to details and see what it says. O-type star. That's got to be worth a visit. Oh, you know what I'm thinking now? I want to go and have a look. 821 light years. So you can see I haven't been to all these yet, but what you can do is you can keep scanning for more. That seems to be the only one. So I'm guessing it's well visited. As a matter of interest, how long will it take to get there? Let's have a look. Jet cone boost. How long will that take in my 13 jumps? Shall we? Shall we go and have a look and see what's so clever about that system? And what I was showing there, by the way, is that if you put in the first part of the sector name and then use the code AA-A, it'll give you the massive, most biggest systems in that particular sector. And there's probably, I should do a proper series on it, to be honest. So I'll tell you what, let's just go there really quickly. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to stay around. I'm just going to head straight there, no messing about. It's 13 jumps. Should take me about 10 minutes. Let's go there now. I want to have a look now. This is what happens when you watch someone who likes exploring. Find a system that's interesting. Now this is my newbie account, so I may well have already been there in my other account. Let's get out of the way of this beluga. Right, let's see how quick we can get there. See how easily I'm sidetracked. Come on.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sorry, not the mic there.
You are clear of the station. Have a safe flight, Commander.
Yeah. So I'm just going to blast my way there. I'm not going to stop to scan or anything else because I don't want to waste too much time. Because, like I say, I wasn't planning. I was planning to end the stream very shortly, but I'll just take you to this interesting system and just show you that little trick. Right, let's just see which end of this jet cone is the closest and head towards that. I don't like scooping from white dwarfs. The amount of times you get caught if you're not careful. And it normally happens if you go the wrong way across the star. So you just keep an eye out in the radar in the middle there that it doesn't go red.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Come on, charge first time. Thank you. Let's go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I really don't like white dwarfs for charging. They're the most dangerous stars by far for me. It's very hard to see where the star is, and when you go for one of the jet cones, if you go for the wrong one, if it's at a particular angle, you'll end up being knocked out of cruise. Ooh, what's going on there? That was a bit weird. I was being hyperdicted by a Thargoid for a minute. I've got enough of interest for those little pesky visitors. I understand Thargoids are hyperdicting in the bubble now.
System scan complete.
I've got nothing on my ship that they'll be interested in. Although I don't know what they'll think about my Guardian frameshift drive boost. They might get upset at finding that. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Not. Hey Statsy, how you doing? I'm just finishing off a live stream where I was working on Marco Qwent to get him. This is my newbie account, the Nutter as opposed to Bloody Nutter, and I'm working on doing an Ultimate Phantom Explorer at the moment. But then I got asked a question by Jules. He says, "How can you find interesting systems or interesting systems that and it just got me on to thinking about the trick using the system or sector name, and then there's a number of different codes you can put in, like AA-A, which when you search for those will allow you to find the most dense of systems, the ones with the most mass in, and they tend to be quite weird. And so that's why I'm now dashing across to a system that I found in that using that method, just to prove that we should find something rather massive at the end of this quick sprint. But later on, Statsy, I will be doing a guide using my other account, Bloody Nutter, who's out on Distant Worlds 2 expedition, and we're going to be looking at how best to find natural resources using points of interest, and that'll be 7 PM tonight, and I'll schedule it so there's a notification. This was kind of an impromptu one, whereby I just want to get my newbie account up to scratch with engineers that can give me a decent jump range on my ships. All that said, my Phantom, it's lightly engineered. It's got a 70 light year jump range already. But it is quite crazy that I'm doing all that additional engineering, and when I've finished, my Phantom will only go probably an additional 2.5 light years at most, more than what it does at the moment. But that is a fairly well equipped Phantom. It'll have SRV bay and all that good stuff. So yeah, like I say, I'm just dashing off to this system that is of interest. It's a very massive system. I know that by the system code. And I've not been there before, so let's go and have a look and just check that the little trick of using the sector name to find interesting sectors does indeed work. I'm confident it will. But I just thought I'd go and have a quick look now, and that'll be a nice way to end this short stream on upgrading or unlocking Marco Qwent, should I say. Yeah, but like I say, for this evening I thought it'd be nice to go and do natural resource, best way to collect them. And the reason why that's going to make an interesting stream is the fact that where we get the natural resources from will also be interesting places to visit. So we could find biological and geological points of interest. So it should be quite a nice one to look at as well. And maybe we could find, maybe I'll go and find a nebula, get close to a nebula and go and do it there before I start the stream. So we should get some stunning pictures, and that will just look really nice. Nice and relaxing for a Sunday. How to get high grade materials in a wonderful, beautiful environment, and answering questions about Elite Dangerous and exploring. Oh, what's that over there? Ooh. Stop. Hello. I don't know if you can all see what I can see, but if you look in the middle of my screen, you can see in the skybox that there is a blob. That isn't normal. What is that? I may get stopped short here a minute. Let's come out of there. I'll see if I can zoom in on it for you. Look at that. What is that? Now, I think I know what it is, but that looks like a planetary nebula to me. So that should be viewable. And I just saw another blob there as well. Anyway, I'm just seeing something that's caught my eye. Now I'm actually pointing and I'm heading this way, okay, and that's the direction I'm going, and I can see that blob. Now, so if I change my view so that I'm looking in the same direction in the galaxy map, there's another tip for you. Full of tips. Now, somewhere along this path, there should be an interesting system that's causing that glow. It's not that. Where is it? I'm sure you could all see that. It's got to be along here somewhere. Interesting stuff. It's just trying to locate it. Let's try and don't like seeing those guide bars. Let's take them off a minute. Right. I've done it like that so I can see any nebula type stuff going on. Where is it? Come on, I could see it. It can't be that far away there. The viewing distance for something like that, that's probably about 100 light years away at best. It's not being able, I can't find it at the moment, probably because I'm rushing and not doing some proper investigation on it. Let's go back into that view. Look at that. So where's the galactic plane? This bugging me now. Oh, there it is over there, isn't it? Right. There's the galactic plane. Use that as a guide. Follow that along. So if I get it bright side up, then line up with my target. So bright side up. So it should be just slightly off and below on the galaxy map. So bright side up. So upside down essentially then. So it should be just above. Let's just check. Galaxy is, that's bright side down, isn't it? Yeah. So it will be just above, somewhere along this path. Where is it? To be slightly higher. That's going to annoy me now. I want to find it. Can't be much higher than that. Tell you what, I'm going to jump to the next system and see if it's any clearer. But look, that is probably about no more than 100 light years away, not even that. Let's jump to the next system and see where it sits. Interesting thing. Could it be a cloud in the system? I don't think so. It'd be funny if you're right though. I've not seen anything like that before. Not as in a system object. I really need to end this stream as well. Let's see. No, it's still there, which means it's definitely in the galaxy map. And I've just jumped quite a bit closer towards it. I wonder if it's actually, no, it can't be the system I'm heading to anyway, surely. Oh, don't know what that hit. Let's go back to the realistic mode. I think what I might have to do is end the stream here, but I'll leave my commander here and we'll pick up again maybe a bit later on before my nighttime stream and find the object that is causing that. I don't think that's it, although it looks like a nice, it's size 3. Yeah, so that's what I'll do, because I do need to finish stream now. I've got some things that I need to do, But I will be back later. I'll leave the commander here on his way to this star, but I, along with you, would like to discover what that is in the sky map. Yep. And we'll do it live later. There it is, right in front of me right now. So I'm going to leave that there, and we're going to find out how I found Raxler. Yeah, that'll be hilarious. Thanks, jeez. Oh, be the first, eh? Live. All right. Well, I'll come back on later, probably an hour before I start my main live stream. Or we'll just go and investigate that cloud, yeah. And I'll call it investigating the mystery cloud or something. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I'll be back probably around about 5:30, and then there'll be a stream this evening about gathering resources out in the black, and it'll be very pretty, I promise, because I'll find a nebula to do it nearby. Right, so that's it for this one. So many thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your comments and feedback and questions. I love it when I've got company out exploring. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you later on today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye.